Welcome to the wacky world of two-wheel drive off-roading in the stunning landscapes of New Zealand's South Island. Who are we? The Wounders, a ragtag group of mates that all share the same belief. Terrible cars make for the best times in life. Believe it or not, this isn't our first hurrah. Previous wounding adventures include the Fiat Tour and the Spec Tour. These aren't your typical off-road beasts, folks. We've got a Fiat Punto that thinks it's a mountain goat, a Ford car that's here for the laughs, a Peugeot 307 that's up for anything, and a VW Beetle that's just too cool for the dirt. And let's not forget our reliable old Jeep Cherokee support vehicle. It's so old, even the dirt roads feel sorry for it. Get ready for a roller coaster of mishaps, giggles, and off-road escapades that'll have you saying, "Can you believe they did that in these cars?"
Hey guys, Jesse, and I'm Sam, and we're Wounders.
Join us as we prove that in the world of off-road adventures, it's not about the size of your wheels, it's about the size of your sense of humour.
So, we start in Christchurch today. We head all the way up to Hammer Springs, through the Molesworth and up to Blenheim. From Blenheim we go around Port Underwood through to Picton, then back down to Blenheim for the first night. The second day we go from Blenheim to St Arnaud and then back through the Rainbow Road to Hammer Springs.
How you going?
Through the Lewis, up through Reefton, all the way up to Westport, mines and whatnot. Down the west coast again. Hokitika will be the fourth night where we stay. Then on the fifth day we go back through the old Christchurch Road, over Arthur's Pass, Lake Linden somewhere there, and to Christchurch. So this is our 2001 Ford car. We picked up $300, found it on the side of the road actually. I asked the guy if he wanted to sell it and he did, so thankfully we picked it up that afternoon. So the mods of what it's got a 2-inch lift in the front and in the rear, made up through some strut spaces, you might be able to see through there, and a spaced out rear axle. It's running on 215 75 15 ATs in the back and 27 by 8.5 14s in the front. The ancient pushrod engine.
Is that a Ford Escort motor?
I think it might be.
It could well be. So on the outside of the Ford car, what we've gone for is we really wanted a tribute to some sort of cigarette livery. So in this case, the 2001 IndyCar season had the cool menthol cigarette livery on one of the Indy cars, so we decided to pick that, which Katie has made for us, and the rest of it's just a mishmash of AliExpress stickers. So we are sponsored by Gulf, Petro Canada,
Racing engine valves.
yeah, so the valves are engine, and we also have Makita Industrial Power Tools, WRC of course, because it is a rally car.
And this is the Peugeot 307. It has Toyo mud and snow tyres.
And is that a Ukrainian lift kit? I believe it is.
Indeed. Sponsoring the Ukraines, we bought a lift kit from them to make this thing not 1 inch, but 2 inches higher than factory.
2 inches is a lot.
It also features French names, Jean Clastor and Cator, and also sponsored by all of these brands here. Now, would you believe that all these liveries are hand cut by Sam, the owner?
I wouldn't believe it unless you told me.
That is some beautiful hand cutting. Check out these. Again, handmade decals. It's sponsored by Total and Clarion, which were the sponsors of the WRC Peugeot 206 racing team. It's powered by a 2-litre twin can. That's not one, but how many cans, Jesse? 2 cans!
16 valves.
Wow, wait. All behind a highly reliable French automatic transmission.
Highly reliable. Here we have the sport vehicle. It's a 1997 Jeep Grand Cherokee ZJ. What we got from the scrapyard for quite cheap. As you can see, it's been lovingly painted up by Katie and Jay. It's got the Wounded part and the purple granates because everyone needs a PG. It's running on Maxi's Bighorn 30 by 9.5 tyres.
Bro, are those muddies?
Mate, they are muddies.
Mate.
And the 4-litre inline 6 pushrod engine. With a high and low range, this thing will be able to pull out all of our cars, no sweat. This is Shane's 2001 Fiat Punto 1.2 Sporting with the 6-speed manual.
Also, it's got the 1.2 twin cam 16 valve engine. A small lift kit. However, it looks rather like it's about the same height as a normal Fiat Punto.
It does.
It also seems to have nice mud and snow tyres on the front with factory wheels on the back. What were they called, Jesse? The cars?
Cozy Coupe.
The Cozy Coupe paint livery. However, as you look closely, this isn't paint. In fact, it is masking tape.
So some of the modifications include this lovely snorkel made out of a vacuum cleaner hose.
Is that an actual vacuum cleaner?
And then underneath we have the sub guard made out of a road sign, which is actually quite nicely done.
And now for the final entry. This is my car.
Hey guys, is that Herbie the Beetle?
No, it's not Herbie.
Oh, that's right. For copyright reasons, we cannot call this car Herbie. It's a Racing Bug Herbert.
Yes, so this is my entry. Possessed Racing Bug Herbert, with no affiliation to Disney's Herbie movie. A 2-litre single overhead cam 8-valve engine. It has decals, number 35 because we couldn't put number 53. It also has a functional snorkel, lovingly crafted on by me.
Are those the factory alloys, Sam?
Those are indeed factory BBS alloys with spacers because the massive 225 Yokohama Geolandar tyres wouldn't fit without spacers. It also features another Ukrainian lift kit in the back, spacing the springs up by 2 inches. Not using the boot, otherwise you'll lose the key forever. We have Possessed Racing Bug Herbert livery.
Sponsored by Pest Management Association of New Zealand.
And the final modification is a lovely vase holding a purple goanna flower.
And we're off, ready to traverse some incredible roads in this wonderful nation, Aotearoa, land of the wounded.
Man, that's
So we made it 700 metres and had to stop for fuel. But this time, we're off and definitely ready to traverse some incredible roads. So we made it to McDonald's, not sponsored. After a human refuel, we're off and definitely ready to traverse some incredible roads. And here they are. Just under 2 hours later, it was time to professionally attach a camera mount and slip into something more comfortable before the real roads begin. For fuck's sake, it's Hanmer, not Hamner. Fuck. Jesus Christ, Sam.
And, lovely day, and we are here at the start of Jack's Pass Road.
We've made it here so far, no dramas, no issues.
And we'd just like to point out we've done approximately 500 metres of off-roading. Things are looking good. The road's quite corrugated, so the cars are getting shaken around a fair bit, but we'll see how we go.
We're now over halfway through the first day and finally into the picture-perfect scenery, which held our attention when we weren't finding rivers to cross. Okay, so that's actually a Ford, and so is this. It was around this point we suddenly realised the two-wheel drives were doing much better than we expected. Would this even be a difficult challenge? Despite all the ford crossings and not resembling your typical road, this gravel track was pretty well maintained and regularly used. The largest rivers even had rickety narrow bridges where a decent wind gust could easily schedule you for an unexpected swim. After our third forced stop for Sam to empty his bladder, we regrouped and mentally prepared for what would be the most difficult water crossing of the day. So difficult, in fact, that we almost forgot to film it. Potato Cam to the rescue. We all reached the other side safely, but with nerves shattered, the cameras remained off till the end of the day when we decided to inspect and compare the cars after a full day of wounding.
What seems to be the matter, Sam?
Go away.
So the Beetle has decided it wants to use all of the fuel, which is good. Cherokee, mint. Car, mint.
Well, that's a wrap for the first day on our two-wheel drive off-road odyssey across New Zealand's South Island. From conquering river crossings that left us all a bit moist, to tackling the twisty gravel roads that tested our driving skills to the max. Thanks for joining us on this wild ride. Stay tuned for day 2, where we'll be back with more off-road shenanigans, and we'll find out exactly what happened to racing bug Herbert. And if you enjoyed the adventure so far, be sure to hit the button and do the thing. Until then, remember, it's not about the size of your wheels, it's about the size of your car.
Hey,
Wounded! Oh, so wounded! Wounded! So wounded! Wounded! Oh, so wounded! Wounded! Oh, so wounded! Combos, ladders and runs!